Hi guys, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. It's me, Carolina, and today I'll be showing you guys my go-to summer makeup look. I'm gonna start from scratch. I don't have anything on my face except a moisturizer and my brows done because I take forever to do my brows. I think that's the longest thing that it takes me to do, in my opinion. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video if you do, and let's go ahead and get started. As always, I start off with my eyes because if I have any fallout, I can just wipe it off and there's not a problem. I'm gonna go ahead and prime my eyelids with the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in Fair, and I'm gonna blend it out with a beauty blender. Now I'm gonna set my primer with creams from Lorac. I'm just gonna put this all over my eye. This is gonna help us for our shadows to stay in place longer and so they blend out easier. For my transition shade, I'm going to use Sticky Hot from Makeup Geek, and I'm using a Morphe E22. And I'm just gonna put this all over the crease. Here in the outer corner, I'm going to bring it slightly in. And I'm going to do the same thing to the other eye. For some reason, I've been liking to start off my shadows in the middle of my eye instead of the outer corner. I don't know why, but I feel like it looks better. And then I'm going to use Hopscotch from Makeup Geek in a fluffy brush. And I'm going to dust it all over the crease. I'm practically all over the lid as well. But I'm gonna start off in the crease, and then when I don't have any product or little product in my brush, I'm gonna dust it all over my lid. This is just to soften the brown. Now for the color of the lid, I am going to use Pillow Talk. It's a gorgeous eyeshadow from Makeup Geek. I love it. It's like a purpley silver kind of shadow. It's just lovely. And I'm going to use a concealer brush to apply it. And I'm going to do the same thing to the other eye. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and go back to Pillow Talk, and this time around I am going to add the Smashbox Prime Water to intensify the color a little bit. So what I like to do is grab the eyeshadow, take the excess out, and then spray it. Just once or twice, depending on how intense I want the eyeshadow to be, but today it's just going to be one, and I'm going to place it all over the lid. This is gorgeous. Can we talk about the difference? It's so beautiful. Okay, now I'm gonna do the same thing to the other eye. Now with a more denser brush, I'm gonna go ahead and go back to Hopscotch, and I'm gonna place this right on the crease. Okay, now let's just go ahead and start the face. And like always, I'm going to start off by priming my face with the Becca Backup Light Primer. I love it. For foundation, I'm going to use the Infallible Pro Glow from L'Oreal. I typically use a beauty blender to put my foundation on. I think that's, for me, the best way to put a foundation, but on this one it says that shake well, dot onto skin in rolling motion for flawless coverage. And it's kind of runny. It's not very runny, but it's liquidy. So if you use a beauty blender, it's gonna absorb a lot of product. So today I am going to use a kabuki brush, but I'm gonna dot this all over my face first. And I'm going to use the Morphe E31 brush, and I'm just gonna buff it out in a circular motion. When I use a brush, I like to do this stippling motion first because I feel like it gets into my skin. And I forgot to mention, I'm in the shade Nude Beige 203. Now, I don't feel the need to set this foundation, so I'm going to go ahead and go right into concealing my under eyes. And for that, I am going to use two concealers today. I am going to use Bye Bye Under Eye because it is waterproof. Believe me, and with this hot in Florida, you need something that it's gonna last and it's not gonna crease and it's not gonna melt. I dot a little bit right on the back of my hand, and with a small concealer brush, I grab a little bit and I place it under my eye. Not too close because I don't want to build up a lot of product near my waterline because that's where it tends to crease a lot. So the less product you have, the less creasing you will get. And I blend everything out with a beauty blender. Okay, now once I'm done blending the concealer out, I'm gonna set it with the Laura Mercier translucent powder. I'm gonna dip my beauty blender and I'm gonna place the powder right over here under my eyes, just to prevent creasing and so it lasts. Just a little bit. I don't like baking too much underneath my eyes because I am very dry and I tend to get irritated. The more I use powders, the more irritated I get, so that's why I don't usually bake. And with a fluffy brush, I'm using the Real Techniques, I think it's the powder brush, it doesn't say. I'm just gonna take the axis off. Now, to brighten a little bit more the under eyes, I'm going to use the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I'm gonna use the shade Levitation, the one right here, and I'm just gonna put it underneath the eyes. And with this powder, I'm going also to highlight the highest point of the face, which is the forehead, the bridge of the nose, the cupid's bow, and the chin. Okay, now to contour, I'm going to use that Wet n Wild Ticket to Brazil or 739. And I'm going to use a MAC 120. I like this brush because it's very fluffy, so it doesn't pack a lot of color on, and also because it has like a pointy top or pointy shape, I guess. I personally have to be really careful with bronzer. It can get really bad real quick because I am fair. I need to have a light hand and sometimes I just go overboard. I'm just gonna bronze off my face. What I like about this bronzer as well is that it's very light, so I can go at it for a little while and it barely shows up in my skin, but I can build it up and it just looks beautiful. Love it. And see how I am starting my blush right over my cheekbone, because with my bronzer, not my blush, sorry, on top of my cheekbones, because I want more of a bronzy look. I don't want so much of a contour harsh lines on my face because I'm going for that glow summer look. Doing the same thing on the other side. And then I start from the top and I bring it down, but the most product is gonna go right here where the sun would actually hit me and give me that sun-kissed look. And I'm gonna bring it all the way in almost to my cheeks. I'm gonna put it a little bit on top of the nose because that's where the sun will hit, and then on the outer perimeter, and I'm gonna bring it in to the highest point, not so much in the front of my forehead. I'm gonna bring it all over my hairline, and I'm gonna bring it in all over here. I'm just gonna hit the parts of the face where the sun will actually hit me the most when I get a suntan. That way I have a nice bronzy look, but you don't want to hit where you highlighted because that will actually contradict what you did. You want to highlight the highest point of your face. It looks nice and bright and balanced. Not contour, but you want to bronze your face in the parts where kind of like a shadow will go or where the sun will hit. Now, to give a little bit more of a bronzy look, I'm going to go ahead and use the same brush and I'm gonna dab it once. Take the excess in MAC Give Me Sun, and I'm gonna take this not so much inward, but just in the outer parts of the face. Now, as a highlighter, I'm going to use Prosecco Pop from the Becca and Jaclyn Hill's face palette. And then whatever I have left on my brush, I'm gonna form a C shape here to give us a little bit more of a glow. And I'm doing the same thing in the other side. With my finger, I'm going to put it in the center, on the tip of my nose, and I'm going to bring it all the way to the bridge of the nose. Same thing in the cupid's bow. And for blush, I'm using the same brush that I use for a highlighter. It's the M501 from Morphe. And I'm gonna take Rose Spritz, this one right here. Just a tiny bit because these blushes are very pigmented. And I'm gonna put it in the apple of my cheeks, and I'm gonna bring it back. Okay, so going back to the eyes to finish off, you can totally leave them like this, but I am so used to having something underneath my lash line that I'm going to go ahead and put Tiki Hot. Now, inside the waterline, I'm going to go ahead and apply the NYX Wonder Pencil in light. Now I'm going to step off camera real quick to apply my mascara, and I'm going to apply the Pump Up from Maybelline. Okay, I just put my mascara on and that's it. You can definitely wear your lashes if you want. To highlight the brow bone and the inner corner, I am going to use white from Lorac. Now moving on to our beautiful lips, I am going to line them up with MAC Subculture Lip Pencil. And then I am going to go ahead with the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the shade Abu Dhabi. I go ahead and go in with the Kylie Jenner Metal Matte Lipstick in the shade Hair. To finish off, you want to go ahead and use a primer water, and I'm using the Smashbox one. Dust this all over your face. And what that does is it melts all the powders into your skin, so it looks more natural, and it also prolongs the wear of your makeup, which we all want. And that's it, guys. Now we're officially done. Hopefully you guys, let me adjust myself. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this makeup tutorial and liked this makeup look. Hopefully you guys are having a great summer and enjoying the sun, the beach, the pool, all the fun activities that summer brings us. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. It's Carolina RL100, and